Welcome back, everybody. Got the Fellows twins here today. We're starting off with Aaron. Aaron, thanks for making the trip down here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
So let's start off with like your early interest in sports and how you began playing sports freshman year of high school.
Yeah, so started off with football. Football is actually one of my favorite sports. And freshman year, I played JV. Didn't get much varsity minutes, but we did make it. We went undefeated that season, but we lost first round in the playoffs. It really put a motivation on me not playing my freshman year to kind of get better and make an impact on the team my sophomore year. So I really just got on a grind and got better. So that was freshman year football.
What position were you looking to play?
I was really focused on corner for defense, and then I was kind of shifting between quarterback and wide receiver, but I was really trying to get better at corner.
All right. So was there anything that happened freshman year that you felt like you made some really big strides or improvements, or was it just kind of sitting back and learning from the other guys?
I mean, it was a big learning curve, playing with older kids and just learning a lot and taking that knowledge in and using it the next year. Kind of when I got bigger, stronger, and yeah.
Awesome. So moving on to winter sports now, you had your freshman season of basketball. How'd that go?
We went 0-18, 0-17. It was a big learning curve. I think I ended up scoring 156 points with 0 threes. So I was the leading scorer on the team as a freshman. So yeah, it really wasn't a good team season, but yeah.
But you learned to play in the paint. So did you get to, how tall were you at that point? I'm guessing you weren't quite as tall as you are now.
No, I was probably 5'11", 6 foot at probably maybe 125 pounds. I wasn't really, I was still kind of in the process of putting more weight on for kind of football and basketball. So, yeah.
Okay. So were there any takeaways from that? Because you obviously, if you were able to score that many without threes, you were strong in the paint. And how did you feel like you were defensively?
Defensively, I feel like that was probably one of my best. I mean, just learning different things from other people.
Just learning the offense, learning the defense, and how to
learn the system. This was our coach's first year on the team, so we didn't really know. We didn't really have much in offense because we didn't really play as a team much, and it kind of showed. We didn't have a good record, so yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the spring, you had track in the spring. So can you talk for a minute about kind of just the different sports you played and working different muscle groups?
Yeah, so I've always said this. I usually just do track just to get ready for football, to keep me in shape. And so freshman year, I actually high jump. I think I jumped 5'8", which was one of the best freshmen in the division. So that was a big plus. But I ended up getting hurt with a strained hip like halfway through the season. I couldn't finish the season, which was kind of a bummer. But I kind of just hit the gym and got ready for football. So, yeah.
Once you got into your sophomore year, you're starting off playing football at the start of that season. Can you walk us through and talk about like the improvement you made in the gym and how that helped you on the field?
Yeah, going to the gym every day, going to the field when I can with my teammates, throwing balls, just kind of getting ready. I started playing receiver and corner. We had, you must know Caden LeClaire. Mm-hmm. So he was.
Oh yeah, I went to school with Caden at UNH. So
I know Caden. Yeah, so he was our best wide receiver by far, and he was just quick. Like he was fast. So every day at practice, I would want to guard him. I mean, get better. Every time he'd be on offense, I would be on scout D, just guarding him, trying to get better. He obviously probably hurt me a couple times, but I mean, I just learned how to play better and get better. And we lost one game that year in the regular season, and we made it to the championship, and I think we lost by 2 scores to Somersworth, which is kind of a bummer, but I ended up getting an interception in that game as a sophomore, so I was really pumped about that. Kind of my hard work kind of paid off.
Very cool. At the end of that season, obviously you had the transition to basketball, in the winter time. So just walk us through, talk a little bit about, the team the year before, went 0-18. You're trying to get better, obviously, and, improve record wise. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add one more thing. I ended up making first team All-State for, football for corner. That was kind of a big accomplishment for me, just working so hard, not playing at all varsity my freshman year. Yeah. So kind of the transition from freshman year to sophomore year. So we got Caden. Caden was really good. So me and him kind of meshed together really well. I kind of played we ran a lot of plays together, like pick and rolls, off-ball screens, a shot, just stuff like that. And we improved a lot. Everybody got better. Christian got better. And just like our attitudes to the game. We started to focus on it more, started doing more summer league stuff, and yeah.
What summer league do you guys play in up at Newport?
We play in the Lebanon one.
Okay.
Yeah, just to kind of get some reps in the summer. Just kind of get a feel for winter.
So you get to play against some Division II schools?
Yeah, Lebanon, Hanover. Mascombe is Division III, but they're always good.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple Vermont teams up there that play.
So very beneficial, I guess, playing in that league. Record-wise, how did it go sophomore year?
Well, I think we went just below 500, which is big improvement from freshman year.
Were you able to get into the tournament?
We were actually, yes, yeah, we did. I think we played like the number 3 or 4 seed, which is Campbell, and they kind of blew us out, but yeah. But I think I ended up scoring for points that year. What was I think I scored like 250 or 260, which was a big improvement from freshman year. Just to, so my goal was always 1,000. From freshman year going 0-18, you kind of have to look up to something to kind of make it worth it. And that was kind of my goal freshman year. I said I wanted to get 1,000, but I mean, yeah.
Awesome. So, you guys got one playoff game on the road, I'm guessing, that year. Do you remember who you played?
Campbell. And it wasn't pretty, but I mean, we stuck with them for a little bit.
Yeah, they're a good program historically. So sophomore year track season, how'd you do that year?
Oh, we broke a school record that was previously my dad's school record for track, the 4x4. It was awesome to break it at. We broke it 2 times. We broke our own record. It was just an awesome experience. I ran one of the fastest splits, which was like a 52 something, 52.8, and that was kind of accomplishing, just knowing I did so well, and we broke it as a team, so yeah, it was cool.
Awesome. So your dad had that record before. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool to knock down his record and get our names up there.
Awesome. So, it's a family event, I guess, at Newport. So moving on, junior year of football, really getting an opportunity now. more so to play than I think you did before. Like your second year you got first team All-State, but now it's like, you're really good at this and, you've kind of proven it and you just want to go out there and win. So, talk about that season.
So junior year was the first year I played quarterback, for a full season. Our offense was pretty simple. Hand the ball to Kyle Ashley, and Kyle Ashley does Kyle Ashley things and runs it in the end zone for us. That was kind of the main game plan. I really didn't show much good at passing. I still kind of struggled at that, being my first year, so we didn't really pass the ball much. But I slowly worked at it and kind of just kept on getting better at it. And yeah, it's kind of, we made it. We went undefeated, but we ended up losing in the championship to Somersworth. Yeah, that was kind of a bummer, but it is what it is.
Junior year of basketball.
Junior year basketball, yeah. We made it. I think we went 500. So that was very accomplishing. Junior year, I took the leadership role.
Leadership role of, being a player, not being a coach, but being a player and being able to help show the younger guys the way to do it.
Yeah, kind of the way to do it, and kind of just get better as a team, and start playing more as a team, because that's how we got better and won. And I want to say, Christian had a breakout year in that, and he started to get a lot better, and we started to mesh together well. So, yeah, and that's kind of the year I kind of found out that you can't just play in the post. So, kind of had to get more moves to
the outside.
The outside. Started to hit some threes and kind of,
Cool. So, I know you guys, record-wise, I think had improved at that point. Do you remember what your record was junior year?
I think we were either 500 or just below. Can't remember the exact record, but it was. And then we lost. We went to the playoffs.
I think you came here.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yep.
Yeah. We lost. We played Hopkinton the week before, or the previous game, and lost. But I think we were with Hopkinton for a little bit, but then we just didn't hang on very well. I have to shout out Vincent Luca from Hopkinton.
My guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Vincent played pretty good in that regular season game, and then that playoff game. Obviously, Abram is a lot to deal with, so you guys playing against each other was fun to watch. So.
Yeah. We also had Kyle was back, so it kind of put some pressure off me not to guard the biggest kid, so I could guard more, not smaller kid, but not a guy that's 6'7", 6'5", 6'6". Whatever how tall he is, but yeah.
All right, so you got track junior year now?
Yep, track junior year. It was definitely an eventful. I finished. I kind of got some more speed. I think my 100 time was 11.5, which was pretty respectable, and I ended up finishing second at states at high jump, with one of the lowest seeds coming into it, so that was kind of cool. And then we went to meet a champs, and I was one spot off New England's, which was New England's is like a big track meet.
Right.
So that everybody from New England, it's really hard to make, so. And then we ended up breaking the 4x8 record with me, Christian, Caden, and Bryce. So that was pretty cool. And knowing that we're all not seniors, we came back the next year, and I'll get to that later, but yeah.
Cool. So then you had your senior year of football. I called most of your home. I think I called all of your home games this year, so I got to see the style. Obviously, it was a lot different because you couldn't hand the ball off to Kyle every time, so it was more of a running back by committee thing. And you had some speed yourself, so you could really take off. So it was like I remember it's like Aaron's gonna hand the ball off, and then he's gonna shock everybody and scramble and run the ball. And then when you least expect it, he's gonna throw a 30 to 40 yard bomb to the end zone and make that happen. Then he'll come back the next series and get an interception on defense. So
Yeah.
you were fun to watch this year.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, I mean, this year it was kind of for football, it was a big role. I'd take on obviously a leadership role of Kyle's, so that was pretty big. And moving to Division III with more competition, I mean, it just it was pretty fun. I mean, the coach if I wanted to scramble, I would scramble and get 10, 20 yards, and yeah, I worked on my throwing a lot through the off season just to get better. Worked with my receivers, kind of with Tyson, Aiden, and Adrian, just to get better. So
Cool. I know the end of the regular season was tough. I know there was a few games in there, Kearsarge and Guilford, that were challenging. And then you guys got to a tough situation in the postseason, but you still made it, and I still think that's one heck of a career and what you're able to accomplish.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome just to play with all the guys. I mean, it was pretty bummer that one of my best friends, Gabe, got hurt through the season, and he was a big role to the team with wide receiver and outside linebacker. So that was a tough role to fill. Yeah, we ended up losing first round to Guilford. It was a good game, but they just outplayed us, and I ended up making it to the Chad East-West game. I'm actually in practice right now, so the game's next Friday, or this coming Friday. So yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. So basketball senior year, I interviewed a bunch of people about, I talked to coaches, anonymously on the phone, to get my input on where you guys should be. And I ended up having you 10 in my, preseason rankings. So you guys were pretty good. I think you were a 7 seed at the end of the year. So, we knew you were going to be, competitive and a lot different than the team your freshman year. So with you and Christian there, you had that size. So just talk about that, like the excitement of Newport basketball is going to be better than they've been in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really known for a basketball town other than when Spencer and Andrew played, but we really wanted to make a big impact this year and kind of show that we have some kids that can hoop, and me and Christian really, I mean, we did our best.
You had a opening night against Kearsarge. They were a tough challenge for you guys, obviously, but you got to play a lot of competitive games because this was a really deep division this year. I think it wasn't quite as top heavy with, Belmont and St. Thomas kind of switching off midway through the year as the favorite. It started off with St. Thomas as the favorite, and then I think middle of the year, Belmont, just the way they were going by teams, became the favorite. But neither of those teams, I think, were quite as strong as a favorite as Guilford when they had the Reese brothers back in the day. But there was a lot of deep talent in the division. It was like, anybody 1 through 10 in the standings could be a game for anybody any night. So just talk about that of you're playing all these teams and every night's a game. There's no off days.
Yeah, I mean, it was good competition, and we did have some easier games, but I mean, for the most part, every team made us work, and yeah. So my goal was to get one dunk at the beginning of the season, just get a fast break, and hopefully I could slam it down, but kind of did more than one. I was pretty pumped about that. So
that was one of my favorite calls I've done as a broadcaster was you dunking the ball on opening night. I think it was against Kearsarge. Fellows goes down the court and he slams it or whatever.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I knew. I don't even know. just really good and thought I was going to pass it. And then, I think my dad told me it was like any opportunity you get, you go up and just slam it. And yeah, that's what I kind of did.
Awesome. So just talk about this run that you guys had this year, because I think you got to host a playoff game, if I'm not mistaken, for the
Yeah, we
first time
did,
in a long time.
against, since I think it was 2015 or 2014. So it's been a couple years, when Spencer and Andrew played. What did we host? We hosted Newfound, and Newfound was, they beat Kearsarge kind of a couple weeks ago, so we were kind of like, we need to take this seriously and watch some film and kind of have a good game plan. I gotta think, the coaching staff, our head coach Clark, and then Kevin, and I gotta thank Ethan. He's helped me out a lot through my basketball career, just with knowledge about the game and skills. So, it was, the game started off just like any other, and we kind of got a good run going. We had the energy for sure. Christian got a dunk, so we all were hype about that, and then it just went off from there. We had good defense. We knew what we had to do to stop them from winning, and that's what we did.
Awesome. So you had a tough one in the second round, if I recall. You can talk about that if you want, briefly, and then we can get into the next season.
Oh yeah, Mascoma. Yeah, it was tough we had one of our best defenders go on vacation. A couple kids were out sick, so we really didn't have much at all, options on the bench. So we kind of had like a 6-man rotation, which was kind of not ideal, but we all came to play, but it really just didn't.
They're a tough team.
Yeah,
that's a tough place to play.
They're always good, and
they're well coached.
Yeah.
So I think you got 1,000 points, right, this year?
Yeah, I did. I passed 1,000. It was a good amount over 1,000. So
what would that mean to you? I know you were talking about how your freshman year, that was kind of something you could hang your hat on, was trying to get that.
Yeah, it was just a high goal, and I knew I wanted to achieve it. Obviously, if it was 1,000 points or a championship, championship I would much rather have than 1,000 points, because that'll be there forever. But so will 1,000 points, but kind of a championship would be cooler. But I kind of just worked towards it and got better every year, and I think I ended up junior year and senior year ended up second in the division for scoring, and that was pretty cool.
Awesome. So moving on now, your final season of high school sports, senior year track.
Yeah, so track just ended. We ended up making 2 New Englands for the 4x8, which was awesome. We broke our own record by this year, 20 seconds, and we ended up winning. We won state, so that was probably the most accomplishing moment of my high school career, just winning states. Just crossing that finish line. No, we won, and we're state champions, so it was cool.
Pretty cool. So you got it done at the end, your final season.
Yep. I think we broke our record halfway through the season, and then I don't know if we broke it there but we ended up making it to New England's, which was big, and we just ran all out, and we ended up 20th out of 30 something. So, through New England, that was an accomplishment for sure.
Cool. So, you want to let everybody know what you're up to next year?
Yeah, so I'm going to be going in the electrician field. Kind of that trade, and
Cool. Any pieces of advice for anybody who might be listening who's a freshman just like you once were?
Yeah, just work hard. Have your goals, write them down. Look at them every day, and accomplish what you want.
Cool. Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you.
Please subscribe to the channel. It helps out a bunch and is completely free. Thank you.